Hey, sweethearts, welcome back to our fourth episode today. Today we are going to talk about the difference between social expectation and your true self. Where do you fall, or what do you exactly want to become? Let me ask you something. Have your life ever looked completely from the outside and you knew it? You actually knew it, you could see it, but something inside you felt just slightly off. When I say off, it means that you have this second guess in you. Just like you are wearing clothes that fits everywhere, except right here, in your chest. Oh my God, I love this. Okay, everything checks out on the paper. People around you are released. They nod, they smile, they even stop worrying. And you smile back. But slowly, quietly, privately, something in you is thinking, is this actually me? Or did I just stop resisting? I know that look, or I know those questions because I've lived that way. And if you're listening to this, I'm guessing some part of you has been there too. Here is the thing about social expectation. They don't alive loudly. Nobody sits you down and says, hey, here is the timeline. Here is what counts. Here is what is good life looks like. It's quieter than that. It slips in. You watch the people around you celebrate, what they worry about when they don't have it, what they call stability, success, settling down. And without even making a conscious decision, you start adjusting quietly, slowly, so you don't feel like you are falling behind in a race nobody officially told you had started. I know it's really hard. Sometimes you might not know it. I want to tell you about a specific season of my life. There was a time when my days felt genuinely simple. I was working on designs almost every day, thinking about fabrics, shapes, designs I wanted to explore. I wasn't tracking anyone else's timeline. I wasn't measuring where I should be. I just woke up, kept becoming someone I understood better. That felt like enough, and actually it was enough. And then something changed. Just the conversation about me started shifting. People started asking me what I was building. They started asking where my life was going. And they meant it kindly. That's the thing. It came from the heart, from the care, from people who loved me. But care with a timeline attached it to start to feel like a deadline. And deadline has a way of making you second guess things that you never actually a problem. That have never been even a problem in you. Why? Because your mind has started thinking about it. I started imagining things about it which was not there before. I started noticing what people around me were celebrating, and I was genuinely happy for all of them. I really was, but underneath the happiness, there was this quiet tension, panic. I didn't know what to do with it. And honestly, my life started behaving funny. Not because my life looked meaning, my life had plenty of meaning, but because my life stopped translating. Like I was speaking a language nobody around me was learning anymore. And that is a lonely feeling. Even when you're surrounded by people, even when you have it all, even when you feel that you are all. So a question clicked in. What if I'm standing still while everyone else's life is moving forward? And once that question takes root, it's hard to think clearly about anything. And here is what I understand now that I didn't then. That's the exact moment when expectation gets louder than instincts. You don't abandon yourself all at once. It's not about the dramatic moments we get in life. What happens is subdue. You start reinterpreting yourself. Your pace start looks like a delay. Your anxiety starts looking like you are not knowing what you want. Now when it comes to independence, it starts to feel like incompetence. And your choices, without realizing it, start coming from relief instead of peace, instead of clarity. Relief from the questions, from the comparison, from being the one still wanting or waiting when everyone else seems to have arrived. Relief feels like peace in that moment. But when you give it a grace moment of time, it's not the same thing. When I moved towards marriage, part of me generally believed I was choosing love. And another part I didn't examine enough was choosing belonging. Choosing to finally feel like I was on the right track. Choosing to stop being the person everyone quietly worried about. And here is the hard thing. Those two things can look completely identical from the outside. But the truth is, they don't even have any similarity. They can even feel the same at first. But when you sit, give it time, you see the difference. Especially when the world around you visually rests after you make the move they were waiting for. Let me say you have that feeling. You know that feeling maybe, or you have experienced it. When you make a decision and suddenly everyone is light around you, people stop worrying. They start celebrating you. You get pulled into a warmth that feels like confirmation. Like, yes, this is right. But approval from the outside can be so loud that it drowns out a much clearer voice. The one inside you that's still sitting with a question it hasn't finished asking. And honestly, it makes complete sense that this happens. Your brain is wired to seek safety. And for most of human story, safety was belonging. Accepting by your community wasn't just nice, it was survival. So when approval shows up, your whole body exhales. Of course, it does. You feel peace in the moment. But sometimes the peace is just the absence of pressure, not the presence of alignment. And those two things feel very similar in the body until you get quiet enough to tell them apart. So here comes the verse of it, which is your true self. I have learned it does not shout. It nods. It leaves small signals. A question you keep postponing, attention you keep explaining, a sense that you moved faster than your understanding caught up with. And when you spend enough time being driven by expectation, you lose the reference point. You forget what it feels like when a decision is actually fully yours. So, my question is, how do you find your way back from being a social expectant to someone who wants to live a life of being true to herself? I want to be clear here. I'm not talking about blowing up your life, not talking about rejecting everything you have built or becoming someone unrecognizable. I'm talking about something quieter, starting smaller, and being you. The first thing that helped me was learning to tell the difference between relief and peace. Relief feels urgent. It rushes in and releases pressure fast. It's the exhale after you have been holding your breath, but it's totally temporary. And it usually needs to be renewed because it's coming from the outside. But when we go to the side of the peace, it is different. Peace is a calm even when things are still uncertain. It does not need to be loud. It just settles. When you are making a decision, always ask yourself this: is this a relief or is this peace? That only one question alone can tell you a lot. The second thing, find one area of your life where the pressure is low, where not many people are watching or waiting you in. And in that space, make choices based truly on what feels natural. Not what looks good, not what is on the timeline or the schedule or the to-do list, just actually what fits you. What fits your value? What fits the real you as a person? It sounds small, but it really matters. Because you are reminding your nervous system what your own rhythm feels like. You are giving the inner voice a little practice being heard again. Give it a second chance, reminding it. And if you're listening to this, thinking about the choices you have made that were more about relief than truth, please hear me. You are not weak for being influenced. You are human. We all experience this. But one thing you have to understand, it's you first. We are literally built for belonging. Approval was always going to affect you. Timelines were always going to shape you. That's not a flaw in your character. That's a phase of being a person who lives among other people. You are not betraying yourself on purpose. You are responding to the world around you the best way you knew how at that time. So don't judge yourself, don't beat yourself up, because that is really normal. What is the difference now is that you are learning to include your own voice in the conversation again. Not instead of the people you love, not in the opposition to community or to belonging. Alongside them, you as a person, you sit yourself on a table and find who you truly are. Hear yourself again and find your true self. And here is the thing I really want you to hold on to. You don't have to rewire your life to find yourself again. Your true self isn't hidden in the past. It has never been lost. You only need to adjust it and make it better. She's already here. In every small moments where you feel quietly settled after a decision. You don't need actually to even impress others. Praise yourself because the journey is yours. That feeling only, that quiet yes, that's her, that's you, that's me. Okay, so today I'm not asking you to make any big moves, just this. If there is a decision in front of you, any decision, small or large, try staying with yourself a second longer than you answer. That is, give it a second chance. Give it a thought before you answer anything, before you make a decision. Let the first instinct breathe before you explain it away. One moment at a time, one honest choice at a time. That's how your life quietly, slowly becomes yours again. Hope you have understood the difference. Hope this can help you to remind yourself of who you truly are. Thank you for listening. And if this resulted with you, share it with someone who might need to hear it. And I'll see you in the next. Bye-bye.